press. How to make a cup of coffee with a French press. And for brevity's sake, I'm going to be doing it live so that this doesn't become a 13-minute video. Now I've got the kettle of water boiling. You're going to need a coffee press. You're going to need coffee. And like a spoon thing of scoop your coffee. You'll need a coffee grinder. Because of course, you are buying whole bean, aren't you? So, this is, I believe, a 4-cup coffee press. So, I'm going to use 6 spoonfuls. I don't know why, but that's apparently that's what works. And it seems to work very well. So, 1. There's 6. Changing the amount doesn't really make that much of a difference. Biggest factor is the grind size, how finely you do it, and that's very, very difficult to get right. So I'm gonna need my handy dandy timer right here, because I'm gonna need to time how long it brews for. So, not boiling yet. I'm just gonna pour a little bit in. All right. Push it around so that the glass is warm. Alright, I'm gonna chuck that out. You want it, so right now they're still whole beans. You want it kind of very big chunks of salt. Here, I'll show you. So you want to pulse it. You don't want, I don't like using the settings on this thing, so just a bit more. That'll do. See what that looks like? The grind size. That kind of gives you an idea, you know. You want to see that? Big pieces like that. Okay. You don't want it fine. Typically, I find that the stuff that you can buy pre-ground in a packet is too fine. You want it pretty thick like this. Okay. So there you go. All right. Sling those in. Looks like. Alright. I'm going to pour just a little bit of water onto these beans so that they get a little bit of moisture. You don't want them underwater yet. And I started my timer as soon as I poured water in there. I'm going to pour just a little bit of water. So when this gets to 30 seconds, that's when we pour the rest of the water in. So right now, it's doing the bloom thing, where a whole bunch of like bubbles form. Don't want it boiling, turn it off slightly before. Okay, 30 seconds now. And then I'll just gently pour it over everything. Make sure, try to get it as even as you can. There we go, put the lid on. And now we wait. It's been 6 minutes. I find that's a good time to do this. Most people say 4 minutes. The instructions for this thing said 4 minutes. And to be honest, I wasn't impressed with the quality of the coffee that came out of it. So I did it, I read online you could do it for 6 to 8 minutes, and I tried it and it was great. You know, mess with the grind size, the brew time, and the temperature of the water, and those are pretty much the 3 factors that affect your coffee and how it tastes. Now, one thing that I didn't want to mention earlier, and I forgot, was if your coffee is too bitter, you ground it too finely. And the setting on that machine that says coarse, it gives you very bitter coffee, which is kind of strange, because I suppose they meant for it to be used in like a drip machine. But since we're using a French press, by definition, you want it very, very coarse, seeing as it's sitting in the water for such a long time. So I've got my cup here, it's nice and warmed up. You can put some of that boiling water in here while it's brewing and sling that water out, of course. So I just press this thing down, look how black it is. Right. Woo! Now that's a nice color. it smells good too. So that's a good sign. Go ahead and try it. I like to try it when it's black, like straight out of the press like this. Because I find that after I add sugar and half or cream or milk or whatever you can add to it, all kinds of coffee taste the same. I mean, you can make bad coffee taste good by adding a whole bunch of sugar and milk. But when it's black like this, it has to be good for it to be like a genuinely good cup of coffee. So I try it like this. I don't like drinking the whole cup black, but yes, you can go to Starbucks, get one of the black coffees, and just have it like side by side so you can compare notes. I like to do that sometimes. So, I mean, I know that I'm not making like crazy mistakes or anything. So then you just add how much sugar and milk. Excellent. Now, another note. Yes, I have pressed the thing down and theoretically the coffee isn't touching the beans anymore, but it is, because there's holes in the plate thing. So make sure you don't just leave it here, because it's going to continue to brew and it'll get stronger and stronger, and then eventually it won't taste very good. So just take them out. Some people, if they're very fancy, they have like a jug sort of a thing that you make it in here and then you pour it into that and then you serve it, but I don't know. I just put it into another cup, which I can refrigerate for later or whatever you like. Generally, the last little bit that I just poured out doesn't taste as good as the rest of it. So some people just don't pour that and you just throw it away, but it's up to you. Let me run through it one more time, real quick. Boil the water, get your coffee beans in the grinder, right? Grind it as coarse as you can, you know, within reason. You don't want the whole beans in there, but so that it is ground. Take another look at the consistency of the stuff. It's pretty big. Okay? Too bitter means it's too fine, and if it's too weak, then it wasn't fine enough. It was too coarse. Okay? So just play with the grind size. And in my experience, the biggest factor is the grind size. The temperature doesn't really matter that much. The amount of time that you do it for kind of matters, but not as much. I mean, I tried 4 minutes and then 8 minutes, and the 8 minutes one tasted much better than the 4 minutes one. The 4 minute one was bitter and it didn't really taste like anything. The 8 minute one actually tasted like coffee, which is good. Boil the water, not quite boiling, you know, slightly before. You need to learn to listen to it, because the sound changes as soon as it boils, and you want to stop it right before. So it's about 200, 205 degrees. So you boil the water, you grind your beans, you want to grind it and then pour it in and then put the water on it as soon as you can, okay? You don't want to grind it and then leave it, because then when you can smell the coffee beans, that's all the flavor leaving it. So you want to pour the beans in, cover it in water as soon as you can, so then all the flavor is in that liquid, which is going to be what you're going to drink. Start the timer as soon as you pour the water in. Pour a little bit so it covers it, and then all the bubbles start to form. You can like stir it a little bit to... You want everything to get wet, but not underwater. Wait 30 seconds. After 30 seconds is up, you know, fill it up to however much I would say that is full, right? The bottom right here. Fill it up with the rest of the water, and then brew. I like to do 6 minutes. Try 6 to 8 minutes. You might be surprised by the results. Press the thing down gently. Don't stir it. Don't shake it. Don't do any of that, because then all the like nasty stuff gets mixed into the liquid, and then you drink it. Right? You want to do it gently. Pour it out. Try it. Add your milk and sugar, you're going good to go. That is how you make a cup of coffee in a French press. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.